Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to be talking about the show Spy Family. I'm going to talk about the anime, also the manga. And basically what Spy Family is about is a spy named Lloyd. He's in a neighboring country, and he's trying to prevent some of its citizens in that country from being able to start a war with his country once again. I guess in the past, the two fought, and the country he's currently spying on lost the war, and they're kind of disgruntled about that. So his job is to prevent them being able to attack his country once again. Uh, he does so. In order to do this, he has to get close to a prominent figure in this country who they suspect is trying to start a war, trying to get supplies and backing in order to attack his country. So in order to do that, he has to get come up with a family. He has to get a daughter and a wife so that the daughter can get to the school, and by doing this, he'll be able to get closer to this political figure. Actually, I think he's more like a businessman. Anyway, so during this, he ends up obtaining a daughter who has psychic powers, and he also gets a wife who happens to be an assassin. Those are spoilers, but I figured, they're in the first episode, in the first couple episodes, so you're gonna find that out eventually, anyways. And it's not really a big spoiler. And in a way, this is kind of like if going back in time a little bit, it's kind of like Mr. and Mr. Smith with Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, where they're both spies, but they don't know. And this is kind of how this is with this family. That nobody knows each other's powers except for the little daughter, she says she's 6, but I imagine she's probably younger than that, and she has psychic telekinesis, and she's able to read everybody's mind. So she's the only one that really knows what's going on in the family. The anime, it basically goes hand in hand with the manga. There are some chapters or episodes where they expand a little bit more, like when they give when they take Anya to the castle. That whole scene, when they go to the castle, that whole scene is expanded a lot more in the anime, and it makes that chapter a lot better. It's not as long and detailed as it is in the manga. One thing that this anime does very well, and also the manga, is that I think it captures the attitude of the little children very well. Like you can actually imagine the kids in this anime being the age that they are. They don't make them very smart or smarter. Like the things they talk about would be things that you would think that a 6-year-old would actually talk about. Their maturity is basically that way as well as little kids. I will say with Anya though, there are times where she does things that a 6-year-old wouldn't necessarily do. Like she grabs hold of a criminal who's fleeing from a scene, stuff like that. I wouldn't imagine a 6-year-old would be able to do. But for the most part, 99% of the time, I feel like they get the children's ages down packed. This anime also has all the characters are very well made. If this show focuses on just like the wife, Yor, it doesn't bring the show down or not, because Yor is a great character. If it just focuses on Lloyd, you'll still be interested in it. And also with Anya. So like, no matter where the show goes, it's still a great show. It's very entertaining. And you're very invested in each character. So the writers did a very great job in creating these characters. They got some great side characters as well. Yor's brother he's kind of crazy, and he's out there, and he's kind of interesting, and you just can tell that eventually, that some point in time, that his character is going to cause problems for the family and such like that. This is also one of those animes and manga, if you read it, where it has conflict, but it's a feel-good thing. So if you're down or something, you want something to uplift you, if you watch this, it won't fail you. Like, you'll find yourself smiling and laughing throughout the whole episode. And while they do face trials and stuff, it's nothing like really deep or anything like that. So I guess if you have a down part, if you're looking for like a deep, serious anime or manga to read, this might not be for you. But you like something like light, lighthearted. This would be perfect for you to watch. This also, Spy Family is also, if you're somebody who's in a relationship, or you're younger and not in a relationship either, and you don't really have a great example on how a couple should interact or how a family should be, Spy Family actually is a very great show to watch, as how a family should be. Even though like the husband and the wife, Lloyd and Yor, are not really married, like they didn't marry for love or anything. It's kind of a convenience kind of thing. For them both to meet their ends, because they're using the marriage for their separate reasoning. But the way they interact is how a husband and wife should interact. They both care about how the other one is feeling. If one is like upset or sad or down, they both try to help the other person be uplifted and support them in what's going on in their lives. They do service for each other. They care about how each other's feeling. And basically they do that because they're afraid that if the other person gets disgruntled or doesn't want to do it anymore, it would ruin their other side projects, their real occupational needs. However, you can apply that into your real life, that a couple to be together, it takes work and effort to uplift each other. Relationships aren't going to be perfect all the time, and this is what this show really emphasizes, is that even though they're fake, they're not always getting along kind of thing. They got misunderstandings, but they both try to interact with each other, try to fix whatever the problem is. And that's exactly how real life is. And also how they take care of Anya. Yor doesn't know that Anya is not Lloyd's real daughter, but she still cares for the daughter, even though she's in this fake marriage. And so she still tries to take care of Anya. You see her teaching Anya certain skills, mostly physical skills like fighting skills and such. And then you have Lloyd, even though Anya's not his real daughter, he's still teaching her with like schoolwork and stuff like that, mainly because for him it's important that she succeeds in school in order for his mission to succeed. But it's also you could tell at times that he really does care for Anya. And this is exactly in real life. When two people have a child, the husband and the wife will excel in one area, and it's important for them to be able to pass that down to the child. So this is a great show that shows how a family should function. I think it's one of those rare, true family films you don't really see that much these days. Usually shows today will make the dad look like dumb and incompetent and stuff. And this show, you don't see that at all. Like, everybody is competent in the things they do, and a little bit more incompetent. I guess if there's any kind of degree, is that Yor, to kind of make her, in a lot of regards, kind of like not as intelligent as Lloyd, and like a little bit more dysfunctional. Like, she's a terrible cook. Some of her reasoning is just all about death kind of thing, killing and like and fighting and stuff. But she also brings a lot of other great qualities to this. And I guess Lloyd does have some flaws as well in his parenting. Sometimes he can come off being too strict and not caring to Anya, and that's where Yor kind of picks that up, because she's very caring to Anya. She really cares that Anya has happiness in her life. And in a way, that's kind of like how real life, like women are typically, not all, nothing's perfect, but typically, we'll just say, is more caring, more aware of the surroundings and feelings of people. And even though Yor is a cold-blooded killer, you see this in her character. She's more aware of how either Anya or Lloyd is feeling and such, and she does that motherly instincts does kick in those cases. For the manga, it's fatherness, what it is right now, and there's some great scenes. The manga is really worth reading. It's great. The characters don't really change. Their characteristics don't change from the manga, from the anime, and it's fantastic. It has great action scenes in there too, and the comedy is really well done as well. So when it comes to like the dub and sub, I feel like if you first watched this in dub, you would enjoy it and you wouldn't like the subtitles as much. And if it's vice versa, if you watch the subtitles version, you wouldn't really want to watch the dubbed version, because both the voice actors and the dub and the subtitles, at least in English, are very. I think they're very good. I like them both. But I do kind of prefer the Japanese version. I think because I saw that first, and I kind of like the voice acting there better. But I can watch the dub and still enjoy it just as much. And if I watched the dub before I watched the sub, I probably would enjoy the dub more. So for y'all, if you're new and you're still here at 11 minute mark, which very few of you will be, I will say that we grade our reviews as recommend with caution, and not recommend at all. I really recommend this one. It's great for the family. It could get a little bloody, I guess, if you have like small children. It might be a little bit too violent, but it's cartoonist violent. So if you think a cartoon like Tom and Jerry for you is too violent for your children, then this is not for you. But you think a cartoon like Tom and Jerry is fine, then this will be perfect for your kids. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're still here and you liked it, hit the sub button. And tomorrow we'll be talking about Love and Monsters. And have a great day. Bye.